Families from 4 different school districts have filed a federal lawsuit challenging a new Arkansas law. That law requires districts to display the 10 Commandments in all Arkansas public schools and public buildings starting August 5th. 5 News photojournalist Laura Castleman is in the newsroom now with more on this case.
Yes, Darren, on Wednesday, 7 Arkansas families filed a lawsuit against the public school systems for Fayetteville, Bentonville, Springdale, and Siloam Springs. The complaint states that by putting up the 10 Commandments in school classrooms and libraries, it violates the Constitution's Establishment of Free Exercise Clause and their parental rights.
We have seen a little bit more of religion in public spaces, and there is room for that in some places, but certainly not in a public school classroom where this is coercive towards students.
John Williams is the legal director for American Civil Liberties Union of Arkansas. This is just one among other groups who are representing families who say Act 573 violates their civil rights.
Act 573 from this year requires the 10 Commandments to be posted in every public school classroom and library. So that is what we are challenging. They're worried about the effect of this religious document being confronted by their children every day they're in the classroom. And they're concerned about that impinging upon the way they instruct their children in religious matters.
I reached out to Governor Sanders, who said, and I quote, "In Arkansas, we do in fact believe that murder is wrong and stealing is bad. It is entirely appropriate to display the 10 Commandments, the basis of all Western law and morality, as a reminder to students, state employees, and every Arkansan who enters a government building," end quote. Williams says the law mandates that the version of the 10 Commandments to be posted comes from a specific version of the Christian Bible.
At least those who are religious believe that religious instruction should occur not in a public school. It should occur in a religious setting. What we are hoping to happen here is to essentially stop the posting of the 10 Commandments in public school classroom.
Williams says the goal is not to set a precedent for public schools in Arkansas, but just to stop Act 573 from taking effect before 2025-26 school year begins. Now, as of this morning, ACLU of Arkansas has officially filed for a motion for an initial injunction. If it is granted by the federal judge in the case, it will stop the placement of the 10 Commandments until the lawsuit has been resolved in the court. I did reach out to each school district. Siloam Springs schools denied to comment. Springdale, Fayetteville, and Bentonville all said, as a matter of practice, they do not comment on pending litigation. But after reviewing the case, officials from all 3 schools say that it appears that the lawsuit aims to challenge the constitutionality of the new Arkansas law that will take effect in August, rather than any action taken by any named school districts. In Northwest Arkansas, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.